Okay, now in this lesson we are going to create our third section, which is about our team. Okay, so let's get started, and we are going to create this right now. Okay, now we are going to change the size of our artboard. We are going to select the artboard tool from here, and we are going to click on the name of the artboard, and we are going to increase the height to 3400, something like this, and you can see it has expanded from the bottom. Now we are going to change our grid, so unlock it. And actually what is happening here is that it is going to be sized according to our artboard. Okay, so we have sized it down, and this was our shape. Okay, so it is very handy to change it. And now we have the pattern, so pattern is going to already be applied to this shape. Okay, now we are going to create another, let's lock this one, grid, and we are going to move to section 2, and here we are going to create a background. Okay, so let's create a background like this. Okay, so it is matched with that one, the top background, and I'm going to have a color which is a bit of dull grayish purple color, a bit more dull than the top one. Okay, so I'm going to select this. Let's hide the grid. You can see how this is coming up nicely. This is white to get more emphasis on this area, then this is a bit dull gray, and this is more gray. Okay, so now we are going to, let's change the name to background or BG. Okay, BG is short for background, is used in CSS and HTML coding a lot. So I think your developers are really going to love this BG. Okay, now let's have something over here which is going to be our heading. Okay, so our team is special, we are bag full of digital wears. These are the words we're going to use. Press shift so we don't. Okay, so our awesome team. Okay, so I'm going to change it right now. Let's align it in the middle, and then I'm going to use another line. Let's apply our paragraph style to it. Okay, so here we have our paragraph style, which was this one, and we are going to change it to that. And let's align it in the middle again. Control D or Command D to deselect. So what I'm doing is I am quickly selecting the whole canvas or artboard, and I'm aligning it in the middle using that. Okay, so this is our section 2. Let's move them a bit up like this. Okay, now what I did over here is that I added the images of my 4 team members, and we are going to use grids again, grid lines and guides. And I actually used a very simple trick. Let me show you. Okay, so here we have this beautiful girl, and we are going to copy it over here in this area. Okay, now you can see here she is, and we are going to grab it and shrink it down so we can have it centered in this area. Okay, so we can have 4 or 3 team members at least over here. You can have 3 or you can have 4, it's up to you. Okay, so let's bring the size down. Okay, like that. And now we are simply going to use a very simple trick, which is multiply or darken. Okay, so I think darken is going to work well. Darken is going to work well on this light background. Okay, so, and the second thing we are going to do is we are going to clip her inside this background. Okay, so this is how I did this very simple trick. Okay, so let's move it a bit over here like that. Okay, so here is our 1 team member. Let's use few others from here. So I'm going to use the same trick again and again, darken it and moving it in the area and inside those. Okay, so let's enable them. and again clip it inside this box, move it around. Okay, now as you can see, I have used 3 columns for each image. You can see over here. You can use 4 columns if you have 3 team members, or you can use 3 columns if you want to show more than 3. Okay, so I'm avoiding the gutter. Okay, so here we have 4 team members and we can use their titles at the top. I'm going to create one and then skip the other ones very swiftly, so you know that I have used this. Okay, so let's create this rounded rectangle over here. Okay, and we are going to use something like 15 or maybe 16 pixels over here. Okay, so it is not looking right, so we are going to use 32. Okay, so 24 pixels and it is rounded fully. Okay, so let's see what height it has. It has 48 heights, perfect. 48 pixels high, it is perfect. Now I am going to combine another shape, which is going to be this one. Okay, so I think this is more than enough. Let's move it like that. Now we are going to combine both these shape by Command E or Control E, and this, let's move it outside this clip and call it tag or something like this. Okay, so this is our main name and tag of this member. Let's keep it 64, something like this. Okay, now we are going to use a text style which is going to be Nonito Sans, regular, 20 pixels, and the color I'm going to use is white. Okay, so I'm going to use designer, something like that. Okay, it is looking really cool. Let's use our black color, which is our theme black color, which is this one, 3D 3F. Okay, so if you want to more highlight this color, you can use this. Okay, so I'm going reducing the brightness to get more color combination. So you can see it is more black. And why I use this combination? Because my background is a bit dull. Okay, so I have dark gray background, so I'm using more highlight color like that. So even if you want to stay with the previous color, it's up to you. If you want to stick with this color, this is looking very decent too. Okay, so let's move this in the middle with your own, using on your own eyes. Okay, now we are going to Control G or Command G to group this, and let's make it tag. Okay, so we are going to use another tag. Now there is more creativity. If you want to use, you can use this some style like this. Okay, so move the tags up and down with the heads of different people of your team members. Okay, so marketing or something like this. Okay, so then we have another tag which is going to be our this person, and now I'm going to move this a bit down and a bit on the right, sorry, and this is going to be our UX design team member, and let's move this in the middle. Okay, so this is how we are doing some creative stuff over here. Okay, so this is how I have used all these tags, and now for highlight I'm going to use this teal color, okay, to highlight this. And also if you want to keep it flat, you can keep it flat, and normally what I did is I added a drop shadow over here, which was this color, I guess. No, I think it was this same color, and you can add some darkness to it, maybe keep it 50%, something like this, and we are going to reduce the opacity to 30. Okay, something like this. Okay, so just to make that it is highlighted, so someone hovers over this person, it is going to highlight like that. Okay, so this is how we have done something cool, and let's move it down a bit, so just to make sure that it is aligned to this one, or maybe a bit down than this one.